This is Optimal Startup Daily, episode 1045. Conquer your fear of public speaking with these 7 tips by Molly Fletcher of mollyfletcher.com. And I'm Dan, I'm your host and narrator here. Welcome to Optimal Startup Daily, and let's get right to it now as we optimize your life. Conquer your fear of public speaking with these 7 tips by Molly Fletcher of mollyfletcher.com. Snakes, spiders, heights, death, public speaking. What do these things all have in common? They are among our most common fears. According to a 2012 study by the National Institute of Mental Health, 74% of people suffer from speech anxiety. Fear of public speaking even has a name, glossophobia. From Warren Buffett to Tiger Woods to Julia Roberts, even high-profile peak performers in their respective fields suffer from the anxiety that comes with public speaking. As Buffett recounted in a biography, quote, "I was so terrified that I just couldn't speak in public. I arranged my life so that I never had to get up in front of anybody." End quote. Learning to manage the anxiety that comes with having to speak in public, whether to 5 colleagues at your office or 5,000 people at a conference, will help you take the next step professionally. 1. Confidence is rooted in preparation. All the positive self-talk in the world won't help you if you haven't rooted your presentation in preparation. Remember that you are in this position because you have valuable insight to offer. Get to know your audience as much as you can in advance so that they aren't just suits with name tags when you take the stage. What are they worried about, excited about? The more you can understand their world, the better you can connect. 2. Humanize your audience. The difference between a speech and a conversation is that you aren't always getting continuous feedback from an audience. That makes it very easy to overanalyze and stress about how your message is being received. I can't tell you how many times when I was starting out that I was sure I had just bombed a keynote because I was seeking social cues that are much harder to read in that environment. Or the time I was certain a guy in the front row was checked out because he was on his phone, only to have him share, post-keynote, all the notes he had typed into his phone of things he wanted to remember from my talk. Remember, the audience is just like you. After all, 3 out of 4 of them share your fear and most likely respect and admire you for speaking up. 3. Reframe your nerves. I made a career out of public speaking, but I'll tell you a secret. Every time before I step out on the stage, I still feel a little pit in my stomach. And you know what? That's a good thing. Those nerves are my body's signal that I care a lot. It's no different than when an elite athlete like LeBron James steps out on the floor for a game and still feels butterflies. Reframe those nerves as the energy that comes with anything worth having. 4. Share stories. Storytelling is a powerful way to build connection with your audience, and it has a built-in advantage for the speaker because most of us are more comfortable sharing a story we know intimately than we are memorizing a rehearsed script. Stories are engaging, and they naturally place the emphasis on the narrative instead of on the storyteller, allowing you to be more relaxed. 5. Embrace the pause. Don't be afraid to pause during your presentation. What does the pause accomplish? It allows you to calm your anxiety, regain your composure, and it signals confidence. You may even want to build in pauses in a way that works for you. Maybe it's a 30-second video clip or a question for the audience. It may even be literally asking your audience to pause and reflect for a moment on a point you've made. However you choose to build it in, don't be afraid to pause. 6. Ask for feedback. Asking for feedback can be hard, especially when you are new to public speaking. Even the slightest criticism can seem like a crushing blow to our already sensitive self. Take that natural defensiveness and turn it into curiosity, because that feedback is the key to your continued improvement and growth. Hundreds of keynotes later, I still ask for feedback after every speech. And you know what? I still am finding ways to constantly get better thanks to those critiques. And 7. Reward yourself. Sometimes you have to trick yourself mentally into making something more enjoyable. Dreading your presentation? Associate it with a reward, something that fills you up and renews your energy. Maybe it's a massage or your favorite meal at a certain restaurant. Whatever it is, tie it to the presentation you have coming up. You'll start to associate the two, and it will give you something to look forward to and renew your energy, which has likely been drained. Your game changer takeaway. There's a reason that Toastmasters International has over 332,000 members in 15,400 clubs across 135 countries around the world. While public speaking is a common fear, people recognize that this type of communication is an important step to growth, both personally and professionally. You are not alone in your fear of public speaking, but there are tools and tactics you can incorporate to ease your anxiety. So next time you're called upon to speak in public, dig deep and remember these 7 tips to ease your anxiety and speak with confidence. You just listened to the post titled, "Conquer Your Fear of Public Speaking with These 7 Tips" by Molly Fletcher of mollyfletcher.com. You're always looking for ways to improve the speed and organization of your work. But if you're still jumping between 50 tabs just to do your job, then maybe you haven't found the right tool yet. That's where Notion comes in. And today, I'm excited to share that they just launched Notion Projects, which includes new, powerful ways to manage projects and leverage the power of their built-in AI features too. Notion Projects combines project management with your docs, knowledge base, and AI, so you can stop jumping between tools, stop paying too much for them, and use automation to help you succeed. In just one workspace, you can do everything you need to get your projects over the finish line, from brainstorming to drafting launch plans to organizing sprints and keeping everyone on deadline. Do your most efficient work with Notion Projects. You can try it for free today at notion.com/OSD. That's all lowercase letters, notion.com/OSD. And when you use our link, you're supporting our show. So go right now to notion.com/OSD. I have good news for any of you successful business owners who are looking to streamline your workflow. Our sponsor, NetSuite by Oracle, just rolled out the best offer we've ever seen. NetSuite gives your business everything you need to reduce manual processes, boost efficiency, and increase productivity across every department. So I just love that you're not only getting visibility and control, but also the power that comes with having all your information in one place. And for the first time in NetSuite's 22 years as the #1 cloud financial system, you can defer payments of a full NetSuite implementation for 6 months. That's no payment and no interest for 6 months. It's time to join the more than 36,000 companies that have already upgraded to NetSuite. If you've been sizing NetSuite up to make the switch, then you know this deal is unprecedented. No interest, no payments. Take advantage of this special financing offer at netsuite.com/startup. netsuite.com/startup to get the visibility and control you need to weather any storm. netsuite.com/startup. And thank you to Molly, who is a trailblazer in every sense of the word, a rare talent blend of business wisdom, relationship brilliance, and unwavering optimism. As a popular keynote speaker, she shares the unconventional techniques that helped her thrive as one of the first female sports agents in the high-stakes, big-ego world of professional sports, and now as a successful entrepreneur. The Molly Fletcher Company inspires leaders, teams, and organizations to kickstart growth. To access more great articles and content from Molly, simply head over to her website, mollyfletcher.com, which I have linked in this episode's description. And we have reached the end of today's episode. I thank you so much for being here and listening all the way through, and I'll see you once again tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.